So Bill Belichick, in his new book, he admitted that not drafting Lamar Jackson in 2018, it was a mistake. And I was shocked by that because Bill Belichick, he's somebody that is a man of few words. We remember him throughout his press conferences as a New England Patriots head coach, and he would either give you one-word answer, two-word answers, or no answers. And he would say, next question, or on to Cincinnati, and y'all know exactly how he was. He kept it very short and sweet. So if he's saying something like this, then it must really be real and deep and true to his heart, and he really, really means it for sure. And I can see that because if you look at everything that Lamar Jackson has done on the NFL level, you'd be like, yeah, if you can go back to 2018, he wouldn't only be a first-round draft pick, but he would be the number one overall pick because Lamar Jackson, right here, right now, he's the best player in the NFL. The best, not the best quarterback. He is the best player, period, in the league. So I can see why Bill Belichick would say that. But at the same time, was it really a mistake that you didn't draft Lamar Jackson? That's why I got to give a little pushback because obviously we see everything that he's accomplished thus far. We see how great of a player he is. But did they not see that when he was at Louisville? Did they not see him be a Heisman winner? It should have been a two-time Heisman, but that's okay. Did they not see him just destroy multiple records, just continue to show that he is that guy? He was doing all that stuff on a collegiate level, and usually when you send scouts out and they go check out these players and they come back and report to you, they say, oh man, this guy is great at this, he's great at that, great at that, great at that, oh, well, this he needs to work on, and so on and so forth. But wouldn't Lamar Jackson check all the boxes that you need and more? So was it a mistake that you didn't draft him? You could look at it like that, but me, I look at it more as it was a choice. Now, it wasn't just Bill Belichick. It was really all 32 teams. They passed on Lamar Jackson. Now, some of them had their quarterbacks in place, but most teams, they passed right over him, including the team that he got drafted to, that being the Baltimore Ravens. I was listening to Nightcap and with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco, and I was actually shocked about how Shannon Sharp was talking about Lamar Jackson because I remember a couple years back, he ain't talking about Lamar Jackson the same kind of way. We didn't forget. Ravens fans, we don't forget anything. But anyway, we'll let bygones be bygones and so on and so on. But Shannon Sharp, he brought up a really, really good point, and I don't even think he did it intentionally. But he talked about how he just knew the Ravens were going to draft Lamar Jackson. He just knew it. He said he felt like it was a perfect situation, and they did. But they didn't draft him initially. He said they drafted somebody else. And he was like, who was the guy that they drafted before Lamar Jackson? He couldn't even remember his name. And then he couldn't even remember the position. So his producer told him, oh, it was Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Yeah, him. And he was like, got caught off guard from it. I'm sure y'all have seen the episode of that clip of it. And then he was like, oh, yeah, he had some good years. And man, he went to the Patriots and he had some good years over there, right? And I was thinking, Patriots, that boy ain't played for no Patriots. He played for the Chargers last year, well, for a tiny bit. He spent some time in Atlanta. He spent some time in Cincinnati. I know he made another stop somewhere else, but really after he left the Baltimore Ravens, things they really went downhill for Hayden Hurst. I mean, even his start of his career with the Ravens, it started off nice in preseason. He was looking good. He was catching everything. But then he got hurt. Mark Andrews, he stepped in, and y'all know the rest from there. The rest was history. Hayden Hurst never got his spot back. But he was still a solid number 2 tight end. It was Mark Andrews, Hayden Hurst, and Nick Boyle. We had that trio of tight ends. So, wonder who the tight end's going to be this year. Anyway, with Hayden Hurst, Shannon Sharp, he couldn't even remember his career. And you just see how crazy an NFL draft is. Because you can miss by a millisecond. Things can change. And obviously so much that has to do with the draft is all about circumstances. Because it could be the best player since sliced bread. And if they go to the wrong situation, they go to the wrong organization, then their career could be over before it even gets started. And that is one of the saddest parts about the NFL, especially when it comes to the draft, that you don't have much say-so when it comes to where you go. And depending on if you go to the wrong team, then You could fight your hardest, but situation means everything. Situation and circumstance. So thank goodness that for Lamar Jackson, it did end up working out. And the Ravens, they fixed their mistake. Because I think the Ravens should be writing a book, not Bill Belichick. The Baltimore Ravens should be writing a book, and they need to write in that book, hey, we admit that not drafting Lamar Jackson in the first round first, that was a mistake on our part. But see, the Baltimore Ravens, they say, you know what? We're not just about that talking. We about action. Because they realized how much of a mistake it was that they said, you know what? Let's fix it right away. And they traded back up in the first round to select our guy. So now we reach my favorite part of these videos where we get to feature your questions. If you'd like to take part in it, well, you already know. Check the description. Let's get into it. First question came from my guy, Eijon. He said, quality over quantity. Hey, Ingraven, I hope all is well with you and yours and that you're enjoying your summer, even though it seems like you're working full time. Yeah, it never stops, but it's all good. I appreciate you, man. He said, West Coast Raven here. My question is, would you rather see us use all 11 picks again or trade a few to move up in certain rounds? I would, if the right player is right there, man, you take them and move up, hey, just to secure your guy. If you feel like it's somebody who's on your board that's a little higher or whatnot, that's rated higher than somebody else who may be available, and you see that person maybe slipping a little bit, then hey, don't be afraid to throw some of them draft, because again, yeah, you got 11 draft picks ain't making a team, not all 11. So, yeah, go ahead and trade something to move up. And he said, like, instead of dominating the 6th round with 4 or 5 picks, let's go after 3 or 4 picks in the 3rd round. Next question came from my guy, Omar. He said, what's going on, brother? Romans 8:31. God is always with us, man. Anyway, let's get into this question. Let's do it, baby. He said, we should get a D-line trench, baby. That's what we need, a violent, nonstop type of D-line. Have Matabike have the ones, or draft a pure edge rusher, the one who ain't scared of the ones type of edge rusher. Then trade up in the 2nd round for a DB, then wide receiver. God bless, bro. What about all the other rounds too? But I know you're just talking about them first 1 or 2 rounds, just really getting aggressive with it and really getting one of them guys. No, I feel you though. I do think I'm like that's I've been saying it for a while, and I feel like a lot of people starting to catch on a bit more now too. But I really do feel like the Baltimore Ravens, they're coming in the 1st round. That's their pick from Oregon, a defensive tackle. That's where I think they're going. I think they're definitely going interior defensive line. Now, am I going to be mad if they take an edge guy? No. Am I going to be mad if they take offensive line? Oh, definitely not. Not at all. But I really do think that they are good. Because, again, this is what Ravens do, man. They'll have all these people talking about this. They'll have all these people looking at that. They'll have all these people thinking, oh, yeah, they're going one way. And then they do something completely different. It's like, oh, look at them Ravens. Being Ravens again. But as far as when you said trade up in the 2nd round for a DB, yeah, DB is also a need. It certainly is, and somebody that's going to be plug and play. It can't be no, oh, well, this guy's going to take a couple years to come around. Nope. Plug and play. Because with the situation right now, and they could still sign another veteran defensive back, and I think they still might, especially with the injury history to Chidobe Awuzie that he's had recently. So you can't just rely on him to be that starter for sure. You want to make sure that he's healthy, but you want to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. So I do agree with your draft plan, though. Next question came from my guy, Robert. He said, what's up, Ingraven Play? All is well. I just want to know your thoughts on this mock draft simulator that I did. Here is the way I believe the Ravens should attack this year's draft. What do you think? So he used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, he used all 11 picks. This might be little EDC Jr. right here. So 1st round, he picked Gray Zabel, offensive guard from North Dakota State. I wouldn't be mad at the offensive guard because, again, at left guard and right guard, it's going to be Falele, but at left guard, it's like, oh, we don't know who is going to be there. So I ain't mad at that. Oh, in the 2nd round, he got Jaden Higgins. Okay, so you get a receiver too, and you get one early before a lot of other positions. Would that be truly best player available? All right, I wouldn't be mad at it. Then at 91, he got Jack Sawyer. I've been hearing a lot of him. He seemed crazy. Well, I can't say the whole thing, but anyway, he just seemed like he crazy. So I'm cool with it. That would help on the edge. Then at 129, Connor Colby, offensive guard. At 136, Q Robinson, another edge player from Bama. At 176, Corey Thornton, a cornerback from Louisville. Oh, hey, shout out to Louisville. And then at 183, Cam Jackson, a defensive tackle from Florida. At 203, Ben Sauls, a kicker. So he's drafting a kicker. So my guy Robert said, "Hey JT, you're going. See ya. We're drafting your replacement." And then at 210, he said Luke Leachy for a tight end from Iowa. Oh, okay now. So you showing us your draft plans, but you drafting a tight end. Who's your odd man out? That's a question that I got for you. I look forward to seeing it in the comment section. He also at 212, Xavier Truss. I love that last name. Shout out to Big Truss. He's a guard from Georgia. And then at 243, edge from Texas, Ethan Burke. So he took care of all of the needs. And I like how you took care of not just all of the needs, but a need that is not necessarily an official need yet. Who knows where it's going to be headed, but I'm talking about you taking care of the kicker ahead of time. Next question came from my guy Joshua B. He said, "What's up, Ingraven? What's up, Josh?" He said, "Hope you and your family are doing fantastic and healthy. I've been hearing and seeing Ravens flock wanting to draft Oregon's Derek Harmon, you included. And even though I think he would be a good pick, I don't think we should. I have a couple of reasons why I don't think we should for our first round pick. First, a DT isn't our top 3 most important need as of right now. To me, our top 3 needs are safety, because it's still not 100% that our Darius Washington is coming back, and we don't know how the coaches feel about our depth. Well, one, with that, by the draft, we'll know, because April 18th is the deadline. Oh, that's a deadline. So that's actually this week, ain't it? Today is the, I'm recording this, it's 12:57 a.m. Monday, April 14th. So yeah, we will know this week. So yeah, we'll know in a couple days, April 18th. So hey, there we go with that one. Anyway, he said, so our top 3 needs are safety, interior offensive line, and cornerback. I was thinking, if we did draft Derek, what type of signal would that send to Travis Jones? That you're not safe, that we re-sign Matabike. That's the signal right there, that we re-sign Matabike. And are we going to put even more money into the defensive line? Probably not right now. So anyway, he said, and I love Travis Jones. I want them to keep Travis Jones. I really like Travis Jones. He's a difference maker to me. But anyway, he said, "I know we need an MP replacement." Oh, Michael Pierce replacement. Oh, I was thinking you was talking about Marcus Peters. He said, "I know we need a Michael Pierce replacement, but we could still draft a good DT in the later rounds, like the 3rd or 4th round. Plus, I was thinking in a couple of years, first rounder is possibly going to cost a lot of money, and we still got to pay Kyle Hamilton, Linderbaum, likely Zay Flowers, Travis, more and more, and even got to extend Henry, Marlowe, Lamar, and maybe Oweh as the main players. So what, you going to give away a first round pick this year just because it's going to be expensive in the future? No, you can't think like that, because your first round pick is your first round pick, and that will be your first round pick this year, and the earliest you could pay them is 3 years from now, and that salary cap, it ain't going down. It's only going to go up. So the money will take care of itself. Anyway, he said, but I think we should draft safety, mainly because that was our biggest weakness, other than a player who wore number 21, but that's in the past. If we draft a safety, Kyle Hamilton will be able to be back to move comfortably, and or can use him in a mixture of 2023 and last year. He could do that, and you could turn him back into like just a straight up weapon, just a straight up problem, like he was. I mean, he always has been that. Especially these past couple of years, but whether he was just a drop back safety or 2 years ago, had he had him like literally doing everything. And I think that's what a lot of fans want to see from Kyle Hamilton, just back to where he was just literally everywhere doing everything. Because that man, he was a problem last year still, even though he's more drop back, more traditional type of safety last year, but just him getting back to just being a weapon, that'd be crazy. He said, now, crazy in a good way. He said, now, which safety, I'm not sure yet, but my next email is who I think we will pick. Now, I know I'm 0-4 on guessing our last 4 draft picks, but I'm going to try to go 1-4. My question is, do you think the Ravens will realistically be able to sign Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum, likely Zay Flowers, and Travis Jones all together? They can, but they won't. With Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum, I can see them getting signed this year. Isaiah Likely, I can see him if they end up keeping him. It depends on if they keep him and Mark Andrews, because I ain't gonna be both of them. So that would depend on that. With Zay Flowers, they got some time. They ain't even get to 5th-year option yet. They ain't even decide on a 5th-year option. I think they could decide on that after this year, because this is his 3rd year. He's eligible for a contract extension after this year, but he's also eligible for them to, well, they would have to make the decision on the 5th-year option, not after this year. So they ain't got to do it with him yet. And Travis Jones, he's in the last year of his deal this year. So, but I think it's not looking like they're going to re-sign Travis Jones, but we'll see. Anyway, that felt like a lot. He said, because I just saw Trey McBride got $19 million per year and likely is definitely better than him. Winfield Jr. is making $21 million per year, and Kyle Hamilton is the best safety in the world, and he's going to get more because of how important he is to us. Not only that, just because of the timing. You know how the market is. That's the market. The market is the market, and it ain't even got to be, who's the best. It's about who's getting paid next, and they usually reset the market. He said Creed Humphrey is making $18 million, and Lindy is a top 5 center. Chase is making $40 million, but I don't think Zay would make that much unless he comes out and gets the Triple Crown twice, but he is almost and will be our best wide receiver in Ravens history. Chris Jones is making $31 million, and I know Travis isn't going to make that much, but he's still going to get paid at least somewhere, and we know at least the first 4 are at the top of their position, so they are probably going to try to be around the top amount or more. That's true. That money, boy. He said, also, we can't forget Lamar's extension, and we saw that Josh Allen got like $250 million or something like that guaranteed, and Lamar is the best QB in the world. He said it. He knows. My guy Josh knows what time it is. He said, and we know he's going to want at least that, and he deserves it. Plus, Henry, small extension. So, do you think it will be possible for EDC to keep them all? Not everybody, but you don't got to re-sign everybody right now. You could do some now, some later, but you ain't going to be able to keep everybody. So, some people are going to end up walking, and I think one of the people that ends up walking from this list ends up being Travis Jones. And he said, sorry for the long email, and thanks for reading this. GOAT. Nope. You talking to the Ravens? But anyway, he said much love and like one of my favorite wide receivers, Julio. I'm out. And yeah, that was crazy. Julio with that like random retire. I felt bad too because I'm like, when it came out, Julio Jones retiring, I'm like, didn't he retire already?